Welcome. Now it's time to see how we can add some animations, and I'm gonna add this. I'm gonna go here, I'll create a canvas equals to canvas. We're gonna be in our window, and we need to create some constants and a naming convention along about constants is to have the constants in uppercase letters. So I'm gonna type here width equals to 500 and height equals to also 500. Now here for the width, I'm gonna pass our width, and for the height, I'm gonna pass our height. Then I'm gonna type canvas dot pack, and I have this image. You can choose whatever image you want for the animation. Next, let's create a photo image. So I'm gonna go down here and I'll type plain image equals photo image file plain airplane. Then I'll type here my plane equals to canvas dot create image, and we're gonna pass a position 0, 0 is gonna be on the top left corner. Image equals to plane image, and anchor equals to northwest. So if we run this, we have our plane on the northwest here. Okay, let's close this. Next, I'm gonna create a while loop here. So while true, I'll type a variable here coordinates equals to canvas dot coordinates my image. So that is gonna give us the coordinates of my plane. And I'm gonna print coordinates. So if I run this, as you can see, we have those coordinates being displayed here over and over. So let's stop this. And here I'm gonna type window dot update and time dot sleep for 0.02 seconds. So if I run this, we have our image and have our coordinates changing, but we have the same coordinates because we are staying at the same place all the time. So let's close this. Next, I'm gonna give y and x velocity. So I'm gonna type x velocity equals to 1 and y velocity equals to 1. And those numbers that we have here, those are the x coordinates and those are the y coordinates. So we have the we have one for the left x-axis, one for the right x-axis, and here we have one for the up y-axis and one for the down y-axis. This is why we have 4 numbers here. So let's close this. Next, I'm gonna go down here and I will type canvas dot move. Now we need to pass what we want to move. We want to move the plane image, and I'm gonna move it only in the x direction, in the x axis, and for the y axis I'm gonna pass now 0. So now if I run this should move, but it's not moving. Sorry, it should be here my plane. This is why it's not working. So if I run this, now the plane is moving to the right, as you can see here, and the x coordinates are updating. Alright, I'm gonna close this. Now if I change now the x velocity to 0 and the y velocity to 1, now if I run this, now it's moving in the y direction, and now this is updating, as you can see. So let's close this. And if you combine those two together, x velocity is gonna move diagonally, as you can see here. It's gonna move in the x direction and in the y direction. Next, let's run this and let's make this bounce, but let's make it first in the x direction. So when it's gonna hit the walls, it's gonna bounce. And to do that, I'm gonna go here. I will add an if, and I will type if coordinates at 0 is greater than or equal to width. So if we hit the width, so if our coordinates is equal to the width, or for the left side, if coordinates at 0 is less than 0, then I'm gonna type here x velocity equals to, I'm gonna switch the velocity to minus x velocity. So now if I run this, now that it's moving, we wait, and now it's bouncing. Now let's wait for this part, which is this part here. So if I, now it's bouncing there. Alright, as you saw in the example, when this reaches the wall here, it will go over the wall. So we need a way to take into account the size of this. And to do that, I'm gonna go here and I will type image underscore width equals to plane image dot width, and image underscore height equals to plane image dot height height. Now what we need to do here is to put width minus image width, and let's put this in parentheses. Let's put this also. Right, let's run this. Now it's going to the right, we wait. And now it's bouncing back, as you can see, and it's not going over the wall. And this is fine, this is working, we don't need to do anything there. I'm gonna close this. Right, let's do the same thing for the I axis. So I'm gonna copy this if, go down here, I'll paste it here, and now I'm gonna put height image height, and here is gonna be y velocity, and it's gonna be index 1 here, and here also 1, and let's put here x velocity and y velocity. So now if I run this, the plane is moving and we have the x and y. We wait, now it's hitting that and it's bouncing back. So everything works fine. Alright. Let's close this. So let's close that. Okay, now let's change the speeds to 4 and 2 to have it bouncing in multiple directions, like you see here now. So everything works fine. Alright, I'm gonna end this video here and I'll see you in the next video.